This is section 10, letter M. There are 9 dreams in this piece that begins with the letter M. There's one dream about metal fibers, there's one dream about meteors, and there are 7 dreams about the moon. The first number in this piece is the number 1. This piece is called section 10, One Moon Dream, or S10 1 M N D. In the month of March 7, 2010, I recorded this dream inside my dream book. Today I had a very light dream. I dreamt that I was in some kind of room. And in this room I seen my dead grandmother and one of my father's sisters. I noticed that it felt as if it was evening time. I stood between my grandmother and my father's sisters. There was a large window on my right. Then I decided to approach the window that was on my right side, and this particular window had no curtains or shade over it. I looked through the window, and then I noticed that it was nighttime out. Then the next thing I done inside this dream was that I stepped outside of this room, and now I found myself standing in front of this room. Then I began to look around my surroundings. I noticed that there was nobody else around me. Then I looked further in the distance, and I noticed some semi-high-rise buildings. And then after I took my eyes off the buildings that were in the distance, I decided to look up into the sky. Then my eyes focused upon the moon, or what appeared to be Earth moon. And then I blurted out these words: "Why is the moon so far away?" Then I woke up from this dream. I have a drawing of what I seen pertaining to the moon, or what appeared to be Earth moon. Okay, this is what I seen in the dream. As you see, the moon was very far away, and you see there was like semi-low, semi-high buildings, high-rise buildings in the background. Okay, the next number in this piece is the number 2. This piece is called section 10, 2 Moon Dream, or S10 2 M N D. In the month of April 20th, 2010, I recorded this dream inside my dream book. In this dream, I found myself inside an automobile. I might have been inside a delivery cab. Then I believe I exit the cab. Next thing that took place inside this dream was now I walked in the streets. And the day in my dream felt gloomy. I seen a few amount of people buying hot dogs from a hot dog stand. The people I seen wore spring or summer wear. Then after I looked at the people for a while, I then decided to look around my surroundings. Then I realized that I might have been near a baseball park, or I might have been near a public school park. Then I looked up, and then I seen things in the sky above me. Immediately I became petrified. In fact, I almost dropped dead, because I seen these things above me, and the things I seen above me were evil. There was a gigantic moon in the heavens. This moon was so close to the earth, and at the same time it was somewhat far away from the earth. I was able to see craters upon its surface, and I also seen that this strange moon, I also sensed that this strange moon came from deep space or from another part of our galaxy. The uncanny moon had, that it looked like to me, a volcano on top of it that was spewing out mist or volcanic ash off the moon, off this particular moon that I seen above me. And I also was able to see craters upon this moon. And like I said, I seen a volcano, but the volcano I seen on this moon was on the right side of the moon, of this strange moon. And on the upper left side of the moon, it was somewhat squared off. This particular moon was not a perfect sphere. This white object in the sky was not, like I said, perfect circle. And believe it or not, this moon was actually making noise. The moon was making a noise like as it was blowing off steam through this volcano-like mountain or whatever it was upon this particular moon. And then I noticed there were two more moons in the distance, way in the back, and it felt as if these two moons were connected with this big moon. And the two moons I seen further down were like half moons, more or less. I seen the bottom half was lit up and the top half was shaded out or blocked out. Then after I spotted these moons, I felt led that I should grab a few amount of people that were around the hot dog stand, so that I can leave, so I can show them what's in the sky, and hopefully tell them to prepare for the second coming of Christ. Because the thing I seen in the sky had me to feel that this was like an omen from God that judgment is on its way. But unfortunately, the people that were around the hot dog stand was engaged in a conversation with the hot dog seller. And I took notice that the man that was selling the hot dog was telling people that they should repent of their sins and get right with God, because the things that are in the sky is also a sign from God that judgment is near. Then I woke up from this dream. Okay, this dream impressed me so much that I had to draw about it. Okay, as you see here, this is what I seen in the upper right side of the moon, of this particular moon. It was like a little volcano, and it was like bellowing out steam where I was able to hear it. And like I said, in like the left side of the moon was somewhat dented, and then in the distance I was able to see two more other moons, but on top of each moon was shaded black. And like I said, I felt I was around maybe a baseball park or a school park. The next number in this piece is the number 3. This piece is called Section 10, 3 Moon Dream, or S10 3M and D. In the month of April 26, 2010, I recorded this dream inside my dream book. Today I dreamt that I walked around a ground floor of some kind, ground floor near some type of office building or hotel. Then I walked inside this place or this hotel or building because I needed to use the restroom. I walked deep into this ground floor area. Somewhere in the back, I walked into a tall white man and this tall white man stood in front of me. Then I noticed a tall black woman appear on my left side. She also had to use the restroom. She really needed to use the bathroom badly. The white man told her there's someone else using the bathroom. And she told the man she did not care because she really had to go. So she continued to ask the white man to let her inside the bathroom. Then I took the initiative and I snuck past the white person so I can go into the bathroom. So I approached the bathroom door and I opened it, and believe it or not, I seen a white woman dressed up in a Wonder Woman's costume. After I noticed that this woman was wearing a Wonder Woman costume, I decided to close the bathroom door. And then the next thing that took place in this dream, that I noticed that I was outside, I believe, of the same building, and I noticed that I had a camera in my hand. And this camera was like a rectangular camera, and I noticed also other people in front of me, they too also had the cameras in their hands as well. And I just want to say that the sky at this moment was slightly gloomy. It was like grayish light. And then all of a sudden, a car pulled up, and this particular car that pulled up had Wonder Woman inside it, and she was sitting next to a person that was wearing a Superman uniform. And then all of a sudden, the people began to take pictures of these people in a Wonder Woman uniform and in a Superman uniform. I too began to take pictures, but I noticed that my picture bulb that was on top of this rectangular camera I was carrying was taking pictures, but every time I took a picture, the rectangular bulb upon my rectangular camera flashed brighter than the other people that was taking pictures of Superman and Wonder Woman. And these other people became irritated with me, so I decided to unscrew the rectangular bulb off my rectangular camera. And while I was doing this, something told me to look up into the sky. So I looked up into the sky, and I noticed around around 6 spheres in the sky, and they were above some, and they were moving. And as I watched them, I noticed some clouds were coming in. So I began to take multiple pictures of these things in the sky. So the clouds were coming in, and then I noticed there was a man on my right side in the distance. I think he was a doorsman for a particular building that he was standing in front of. And this particular building that I will call this doorsman, the building I believe he was standing in front of, it might have been a co-op or a condominium. Okay, so after I took my eyes off the man, I looked back up into the sky, and I noticed that the clouds completely obscure the 3 or 6 objects in the sky. And then I began to think that those 6 objects might have been just 3 objects, but somehow the glow about these 3 objects, like spherical objects, was being reflected upon the moon, upon the cloud, where me on Earth was able to think that there's 6 of them, but it was actually 3, and there was 3 this side, and I guess the reflection of the 3 spheres was being reflected on the opposite side. So while I was on the Earth, it appeared to be 6, but I got the impression and sense that it was actually 3 objects in the sky, and that the clouds was more or less reflecting the 3 objects that were in the sky. And I have a drawing of these 3 objects, and these 3 objects, like I said, must have reflected off the clouds. Okay, here are the 3 objects that I believe have reflected themselves somehow upon the gloomy looking clouds. Okay, so like I said, first they look like